The internet was a wild frontier back then, filled with promise and opportunity. But one thing was clear: if they wanted to make it big, they needed a good product and a solid plan. And that's exactly what they got to work on. They met with potential customers to get their input and fine-tuned their idea based on the feedback they received. This is a common practice among startups today, but it was less common back then. Most companies just had an idea and hoped for the best. But this approach often led to products that didn't meet the needs of the market and ultimately failed. They realized that to succeed, they needed to do things differently. So they took a step back and reassessed their approach. They decided to put the customer at the center of everything they did, and it paid off. Their product was a hit, and the company started to grow quickly. Soon enough, their garage wasn't big enough to handle all of their operations. They needed more space, more employees, and more resources. They were ready for it. They had laid a strong foundation and built a business that was poised for success. Innovation has always been the driving force behind the world's most successful businesses. And some of the biggest names started out in garages. Odd. But it's not just about having a great product or service. It's also about how you take it to market. In this video, we'll explore how the world's first online business went from garage to global domination and the lessons we can learn from their journey. It's hard to believe now, but there was a time when starting a business was a daunting task. You needed a lot of money, a lot of paperwork, and a lot of luck. But the internet changed all that. It opened up new possibilities for entrepreneurs and made it easier than ever to connect with customers all over the world. With the right idea and a bit of hustle, anyone could start a business and become the next big thing. Back in the 90s, the internet was a whole different world. There were no social media influencers, no e-commerce giants, and no one was making billions of dollars from online advertising. It was a wild west of sorts, with new companies popping up every day and trying to make a name for themselves. But there was one thing that set some of these startups apart from the rest: their dedication to their craft. They weren't in it for the money or the fame. They were in it because they had a passion for what they were doing. One such company was Amazon, which started as an online bookstore in Jeff Bezos' garage. Another was Google, which began as a research project by two Stanford students. Then there was Facebook, which started as a way for Harvard students to connect with each other. These founders were driven individuals who had a vision for what they wanted to create, and they were willing to put in the hard work to make it happen. They didn't have much money, so they had to be resourceful. They used what they had to create something special, something that would set them apart from the competition. And what they created was nothing short of revolutionary. Amazon offered a wider selection of books than any bookstore could ever dream of having. Google provided a better way to search the internet than any other engine could match. And Facebook gave people a platform to connect with friends and family in a way that had never been done before. But it wasn't just the products or services that these companies offered that set them apart. It was also how they approached their business. They put the customer first. They were constantly innovating, and they were always looking for ways to improve. They listened to feedback, and they were willing to make changes based on what their customers wanted. That's why Amazon became the go-to place for online shopping. Why Google became the default search engine. Why Facebook became the biggest social media platform in the world. But let's be real, starting a business in a garage isn't exactly easy. It takes a lot of hard work, dedication, and sacrifice. But if you're willing to put in the effort, it can be incredibly rewarding. Just look at some of the most successful businesses today. Many of them started out in garages, basements, or bedrooms with just a few employees and a dream. But through sheer determination and a customer-centric approach, they grew into billion-dollar companies. Take Apple, for example. The company started out in Steve Jobs' parents' garage and went on to become one of the most valuable brands in the world. Or how about Microsoft? It started out with just 2 employees in Paul Allen's garage, and today it's one of the most recognizable names in tech. And let's not forget about Instagram. Started out as a simple photo sharing app and was acquired by Facebook for a whopping $1 billion just a few years later. So, if you have an innovative idea and a passion for bringing it to life, don't let anything stop you. Start small. Start in your garage, basement, or bedroom, and work your way up. And remember to always put the customer first. Listen to their feedback and be willing to adapt and change course if necessary. But their dedication didn't go unnoticed. As word of mouth spread about their innovative products and exceptional customer service, more and more people started to take notice. Soon enough, they were approached by investors who were eager to get on board and help them take their business to the next level. With the financial backing they needed, they were able to expand their operations, hire more employees, and continue to innovate and grow. Today, many of these companies have become household names with millions of customers worldwide. They've gone from being small startups operating out of a garage to being major players in the global marketplace. And it's all because they had the courage to start small, passion to pursue their dreams, and the dedication to make their vision a reality. But their story doesn't end there. As the years went on, their product offerings expanded, but their commitment to customer satisfaction remained the same. They continued to innovate, finding new ways to make their products and services even more valuable to their customers. They understood that in the ever-evolving world of online business, staying still wasn't an option. They had to keep moving forward, exploring new frontiers, and pushing the boundaries of what was possible. One area that they focused on heavily was convenience. They knew that their customers valued their time, and they wanted to make sure that their shopping experience was as seamless as possible. They introduced features like one-click ordering and personalized recommendations to make it easier for customers to find what they wanted. They also invested in cutting-edge technology to ensure that their websites were always up to date and running smoothly.
Yes!
But it wasn't just about making things easier for their customers. It was also about making things easier for themselves. They knew that to keep up with the growing demand for their products and services, they needed to streamline their operations and automate as much as possible. By investing in technology, they were able to reduce manual labor, improve efficiency, and free up their time to focus on other areas of the business. This drive for innovation and operational efficiency led them to the forefront of the online business world. They set the standard for customer satisfaction and became known for their reliability and speed. As other companies tried to catch up, they continued to push forward, always striving to be better, faster, and more efficient. But perhaps the most important lesson that they learned during this time was the power of community. They realized that building a strong community of customers who trust and recommend their products and services to others was key to their success. They fostered this community by engaging with their customers on a personal level, responding to their feedback, and creating a sense of loyalty and belonging. This community of loyal customers became their biggest asset, driving word-of-mouth marketing and helping them to expand to new markets. In conclusion, their journey from a small garage operation to a global powerhouse is a testament to the power of dedication and hard work. They started with just a dream and a handful of customers and turned it into a multi-billion-dollar enterprise. But more importantly, they changed the way we do business. They showed us that with the right mindset and approach, anyone can build a successful business from the ground up. The internet has given everyone the ability to reach a global audience. If you have an innovative idea and a willingness to learn, you can launch a successful business today. Don't let anything hold you back. Embrace the challenges, learn from your mistakes, and keep moving forward. Who knows? It might just be the next big thing.